Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Connie. Today, my guest star is the one, the only, the fabulous Jane with Scraptastic Yarns. So, how are you doing today, Jane?
I'm doing well, thank you. Although I don't know where anything is in my house.
I love it whenever Jane comes live with me. It's like I feel like Jane's like a mother hen. You're like that motherly type figure,
Oh, thank you.
and I love your voice. It's so soothing.
Oh, well, that's due to that paralyzed vocal cords. You know, I have one paralyzed vocal cord. My sons always say to me, Mom, I see those comments about you have such a soothing voice. And I'm thinking, do they really know my mother?
I'm like, I wish I had like one of those type of voices that just is so nice to listen to. Anyway, welcome everybody. I'm so glad y'all showed up today. And I hope y'all enjoy the live. Today's topic will be crochet borders. But towards about the first 30 minutes, it's more like greeting everybody, chit-chatting, and Jane will show her whips and finished projects, share anything share anything that she wants to share that's going on her channel. And if y'all haven't checked Jane out, please go check her out. Her link is in the description box of the live. And if one of my moderators can drop her channel link, that would be awesome sauce. And I also want to welcome those that will be watching on replay. And please leave a comment to let us know that you watched the replay. And feel free to chime in on anything in the comment section on today's live. So let's get started greeting everybody. Well, I don't know if Ursula's still here or not, but she did pop in at 9:08 saying, hope you're all having fun. So if you're here, Ursula, howdy, howdy. And let us know what you're working on and how you're doing today. Any plans for the weekend? And really that goes to everybody, for everybody here. Let me know those things. That way I don't have to keep repeating the questions. And I do want to welcome Ursula for coming back to her membership for my channel. I still need to add her information to everything. But yeah, she is a channel member again. And we also have Kathleen here. Howdy. Kathleen, I need you to send me an email because you were asking about some tutorial links. And I do have some of those tutorials already on my channel that you were asking for. So if you send me an email, let me put it up on the screen for you. There it is. If you send me an email, I can get those links to you to help you out on that. Where was I? We have Diana. Angela. I'm doing good, Angela. I'm drinking water too. Even though it's coffee with Connie Law, but I had my coffee this morning. How about you, Jane?
Oh, yeah, coffee this morning. Right now I have raspberry lemonade.
Yeah, that's a drink, the sugar-free drink mix that I use a lot. I love it. Like I put my water a lot of times in the freezer, let it get icy.
Yep.
Put the drink mix in, shake it up. Ooh, it's good.
I
It's
have one.
also
I
oh
have one of those cups that you put in the freezer, and it'll make like a Slurpee. You'll put your drink in it cold, and it turns icy. So I use that a lot in the summer.
and you could also like put it in a blender
Yep.
and it kind of makes a slushy. And I'm pretty sure I have a slushing machine that I got from a yard sale. I don't think I ever used it yet.
Mm.
But yeah, I had my well, it was actually the Walmart brand coffee with some sugar-free hazelnut mocha coffee creamer and stevia.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Where I'm at, you can't hardly get the sugar-free coffee creamers. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
they don't have as many flavors for the sugar-free. I remember I used to love it wasn't sugar-free, but the coconut cream one. I think it was um oh, what's the brand? Coffee Mate that made it. And the eggnog.
Well, my favorite used to be Peppermint York Patty by, I think it was International Food, International Flavors. And then you couldn't get it anymore. And I think the only thing that I found that's close to it is peppermint, but I don't like it as much as I did the other. But now I've gotten to where I just drink coffee either plain or with just a little bit of Splenda or stevia with an
Yeah.
occasional pat of butter.
See, I like the peppermint, but I like it more at Christmas time.
Yeah,
I feel like it's more of a holiday.
it is more of a holiday drink.
It's like pumpkin spice. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, Diana's drinking coffee and crocheting a patriotic gnome for her mom. And it's funny that you mentioned gnomes because one thing I want to do starting the 1st of July, I'm going to be putting out a video probably on the 1st about this. Is I'm going to do a make along, but it's going to be where you can do like any type of gnome pattern of your choice. It's not going to be a specific pattern. It could be crochet, knitted, basically any type of handmade crafting that you make. And as you finish them, submit pictures to me, and probably a week or two into the following month, I'll make a video sharing everybody's gnomes. And really, I want to do like a make along every month. And maybe something like that where it's a theme, or sometimes I will have one that it may be like a pattern I make up and do it as a make along tutorial. Because I still need to do that color work beanie that I've been saying. I'm pokey. And I need to technically finish up striped beanie one. But life started happening, and I
Mhm.
just haven't gotten around. But all I have left is I want to show how to do the decreases using the magic loop method. And then I'll probably do a separate video to show how to weave in ends and put the link in the description box of the striped beanie ones. I'll probably add it to all of them. Um, but I want to do it separately because I had a request to do it as a tutorial. So I wanted to look more like a tutorial than part of a make along. but
That
I'll
would
be using that beanie to demonstrate. I got a lot in the works.
maybe I'll have to make a gnome. You know, amigurumi and I just don't get along. Mine are always so derpy looking. So maybe it's time to start practicing.
I love gnomes. They're so cute.
They are adorable.
Like that's one thing I have in the works. Like after this and after I eat, I plan to film a couple of videos. One, I will be announcing the winners.
An alien gnome. Ooh.
That's one thing really want to make. Now I did kind of make like kind of an alien girl one where I basically, just put a little graph on like the the shirt port more, you know, but it wasn't like really an alien. But I have seen patterns for alien ones. But but yeah, I plan to pick winners. I had posted this thing in my Facebook group and on my community page about which cup fills up all the way first. And I do plan to pick a few random winners. So even if you don't get the answer correct, you still have a chance to win.
And are you going to tell us what the answer is?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
it's tricky.
It is very tricky.
It's not what you're expecting.
No.
And even the ones that saw, for the most part, everything, I sent them a pattern because some people I've been in touch with. But yeah, I'm going to make a video announcing all the winners. I'll pick a few winners at random and I will explain everything. So there's still a little time to get your entries in.
Hurry, folks, hurry.
Yeah, because like I said, I'll be eating and after that I'll work on filming. Um, that and I also want to announce all the guest stars and topics I will be doing on lives for the month of July. So I'll be making a video for that. But that probably won't I'll schedule it for tomorrow. I like to spread my videos out. um let's see, there's that. Uh Another thing that I want to do, but it's probably going to be like 6, 7 months out because I need to save up money for this. Um, which at first I always said that I wasn't going to do this because I did have some concerns about it. But the way I'm going to do it, I at least hope everyone will be okay with it. I'm gonna do giveaways similar to how Crystal the Yarny Chicken does hers, but mine every month will have include comments. And the reason I had concerns is I don't want anyone to feel like they have to do super chats or channel memberships because I get it. Not everyone can afford to. And I don't want people to feel bad about that. So that was always a concern of mine with doing it that way. But the reason I'm going to do this is it really will help me to be able to pay for doing giveaways on a monthly basis. And I want to make them like larger and have nicer yarn and stuff in it. Like the first one, I want to get yarn from Ice Yarns for it, some pretty ones. Um, but like I said, that's going to be a while away, and I hope I don't get any backlash for it. But the thing is, there's always a chance somebody could gift you a membership, which would get you an extra entry. And and doing like the super chats and channel memberships, that's only if you want to and you can. It's like I said, I get it. I would love to do it for channels, but I mean, I don't have the funds, you know, and it can add up too if you're doing it for a lot of channels. So I mean, I totally get it. And if you comment on the giveaway video, you're entered, and with giveaways, you could have 50 entries, and that doesn't mean you're going to win. You could have one entry and win. And I know at least initially on crystals, um, like I know her first winners were from comments.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I'm gonna do so it won't be so interruptive during the lives is because I know it can be interruptive and some people don't like that. Like I will play my little super chat and membership video about 45 minutes into the live and towards the end. That way I'm not playing it after each one. And when it comes to like jotting everyone's names down for their entries, I have access to that information in YouTube Studio. So I'm not going to stop and write everyone's name down as they come in. I think that's too disruptive because I want to talk about like yarny stuff on lives. But after the live, now give me a couple of days and I'll write out all the entries on tickets, take pictures of it, and post it on my community page. And in the event that someone doesn't have access to the community page, well, I'll probably post it in my Facebook group too. Then let me know that, and I'll, like when you put in, when you get an entry or something, like just send me an email and let me know, and I'll show proof to you via email if that's the case. Anyway, let me try to catch up with everybody in the chat. And if you're just joining us, let me know what you're working on, how you doing today, what you're drinking, plans for the weekend. I know I'm a jabbermouth, huh, Jay?
It's okay.
We're going to get Jane talking more after a while, though. Let's see. We have Angel Renee, Spring, Danny Joe. Yeah, Angel Renee saying she really likes your voice. She loves listening to you reading the Bible. And Colleen's here. And thank you for sharing, Colleen. And we have Pam. Ooh, you got some new yarny friends.
It's the biscuit.
The biscuit says hi. Let's see. Yeah, if y'all haven't checked Jane out, go check her out. Her channel link's in the description box of the live. And if someone wants to drop her link again, go ahead. One of my mods. And also, anyone that has channels, if you want your links dropped, type the word drop in the chat, and Nightbot will automatically drop your channel link. Now give it about a minute in between, because if you type it right after somebody, it usually won't post it, and you'll have to type drop again. Let's see, where was I? Thank you, Colleen. Let's see. Let's see. Spring says coffee and twisting fringe on a woven throw I made. Ooh, that sounds pretty. I always love Spring's like coffee pictures and kind of what she's working on type thing on Facebook. Oh, we have Still Sky. I don't think I'm familiar with you. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And oops, the biscuit had the dropsies. Um, what's your first name? Still Sky. Angel Renee says it's so hot here today, and man, I need a slushy. Yeah, that heat. How's the heat in your area, Jane?
Actually, today it's not been too bad. It's in the 70s, but we've got thunderstorms that are starting to roll through. So I've been using the heat the past couple of days because it's been like in the 60s at night.
Yeah,
And the insulation in this place is so good, it's always freezing.
yeah, because right now it's 89. Like here, it hadn't been as bad like the last few days. I think it was because of that tropical storm in the
Mhm.
Gulf. But man, for a while there, I mean, I had my window unit on, and it's one of the big ones, full blast, and I was still hot. We had fans going. Let's see, where am I? Oh, Granny D's in the house. Howdy, howdy, Granny D. Oh yeah, after my live, be sure to alien invade Granny D at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for her live.
Mhm.
And that's another thing too. Starting in July, my Saturday lives will be at um 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm bumping them up 30. I'm bumping them I'm bumping them up 30 minutes, because sometimes I go over an hour and a half on my lives, and I really don't want to lap into Granny D's. So, and I am adding a Tuesday morning 10 a.m. live spot starting in July. And I made a video talking about the new live schedule. So it's all on there. Let's see. Oh, Granny D loves your new house, Jane.
It is nice. I love it too. The best part is all the wildlife.
I love wildlife.
Although those deer need to start coming down a little faster to eat this grass.
If you ever notice, like on my Facebook page, my personal one, I post a lot of like animal stuff,
Hmm.
cat stuff, coffee stuff, alien stuff.
Yeah. Gee, I do that too.
Yeah,
And
sometimes I share some of your posts.
next Friday through July the 2nd is the UFO convention again in New
Ooh,
Mexico in Roswell. They have their festival every year.
aliens.
Yep.
Me love the aliens.
Yeah, I know, Kathleen. I do need some goats.
Um, there was something I wanted to mention. I lost my train of thought. Hopefully, it comes back to me. Let's see. Pam's drinking Dr. Pepper and making a rose. Nice. Oh yeah, and don't forget if y'all have finished projects, email me pictures or post them in my Facebook group so I can share them in July's finished projects video on the 15th. I like seeing what y'all making or made.
Maybe that's why I go look at your stuff.
But there is something else I wanted to say. I'm thinking. Let's see. We Diana says that sounds like fun. This is the first gnome I've made. Just started, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, gnomes are fun, and there's so much you can do with them. I mean, there's so many patterns, and then you can get creative. I think it's Winding Roads Crochet has an excellent video tutorial on how to make them. Let's see, we have Jan here. She's having coffee with caramel macchiato creamer. Kim D's here. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I know, Granny D, I need to make an alien gnome. I agree with you there. And that's the thing. I have so much I want to make. Oh, I remember what I wanted to tell y'all. In case y'all don't know, I got a secret. Secret. I got a secret.
No.
And I won't be announcing this secret for about 3.5 to 5.5 weeks. It's good news. I'm really excited about this.
That's it. You need to drop little hints so we can see if we can guess. Make a contest out of it.
But I also don't want to give it away. But like I said, it'll be worth it once you find out about my secret.
Good.
Some of y'all have tried to make guesses, but there's so many things it can be, and y'all may not even be thinking of what it could be.
It's a new kitty.
Maybe not.
Maybe. It's a brand new pattern. It's an alien ship you're building.
You see, that's one of the popular theories, and the other popular theory is that I'm pregnant.
Well, I was going to guess that, but I'm going to wait on that.
And maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You'll have to wait to see. I'm having fun with this.
A little biscuit in the oven. I love that, Granny D.
Granny D says make the spaceship flying saucer too. Now, it's not a gnome that I made, but I did make a spaceship with a little alien in it. It's on my filming shelves. But we have Rudy in the house. Welcome in. And Linda. I think I'm really behind on the chat. This may be a 2-hour live today, if that's okay with you, Jane.
It's fine with me.
Okay. Yeah, and as y'all come in, let us know what you're drinking, what you're working on. Oh, Frank brought them. Look, it's a pink spaceship.
Oh, cute.
I don't find it stuffed as good. Like the shape, like shaping it as I would have liked, but I'm coming to planet Earth.
but it's
I
okay.
know it's crazy on Earth. Bye, y'all.
Earth is scary.
I'm a nut. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you're working on. Plans for the weekend. How you doing? But I am glad that all of y'all are here today. Oh, Jennifer's here. Ooh, Granny D says she saw a mama deer with her baby run across the road in front of me. Thought of you. Glad you didn't hit it though. Oh, a baby Bambi. Yeah, Linda's saying you look so relaxed and stress free, Jane.
I'm very relaxed.
Oh, we have new to Arc Survival Evolved. I don't think I'm familiar with you either. Welcome to my live. I hope you enjoy it. And let me know what your name is, your first name. That is if you feel comfortable sharing. I tend to like to call people by their first names. I feel it's more personal. Um, but I know some people can, don't like to give out certain information, and I get it.
I know. That's one thing that drives me nuts.
Yeah,
When people don't tell their name if they have a channel. Just
yeah.
first name or nickname, something.
And sometimes I wish I would have put my name in my channel, but I do say my name at the beginning of every video. So, and on my about page, I think I put my name, but I need to update my about page. But anyway, but yeah, because I never want anyone to share something they're not comfortable sharing. Let's see. We have Cat. Oh yeah, I said hi to Kathleen. She has champagne taste, but near beer budget. My husband says to me, or what about a Kool-Aid budget?
Water budget.
uh, let's see. Oops. And of course, my chat jumped. Kathleen says she's rarely ever on Facebook. Yeah, some people don't really use Facebook. That's why I say when the time comes that I do those type of giveaways, you know, like like say you made a super chat or you became a member on on a live or something, just or you did like a super thanks or something like that. Just send me an email type thing. And like I said, if you don't have access to the community page or my Facebook group, then I can just email you a picture when I make up your ticket so you know you're entered. Let's see. Linda says, ooh, peach tea. She am working on sweater and baby blankets. Ooh, sweet. Let's see. New to Orc Survival Evolved. Okay, her name is Brittany. Hi, Brittany. And she's working on a blanket. Sweet. People are saying hi to Frank the Biscuit. Yeah. For those that don't know, my husband's name is Frank, and people call him the Biscuit. It's an inside joke. Let's see. Still Sky says, down discontinued yarn, so I'm making a shawl. Yeah, I don't like it when they discontinue yarn. Um, so I'm making a shawl, drinking fruit punch, and probably gonna nap. Ooh, naps are always nice. Let's see. Jennifer says, I've just had a starter and waiting for my evening meal. I'm just going to start a knitted hat from yarn that was given to me. Ooh, and she's drinking water. Sweet. Okay, still sky is Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Another Crystal. Yeah, I think there was one time there was like 4 crystals at my live at once. Oh, we have Brenda here. Welcome, Brenda. Glad you were able to join us. Jennifer says it's 80 outside. We are staying in to keep cool. Kathleen says it's 88 here, but feels like 96 in Oklahoma City. Yeah, and that's one thing. Like in my area down south, and the temperature may be one thing, but it feels hotter with the humidity. Yeah, the humidity is bad in Louisiana. Oh, Christy's here, Yornborf. Welcome in. Oh, Brenda can't stay. Well, I hope you have a good day, Brenda. Danny Joe says it's so hot here in Central Texas. Yeah, Texas is a hot state. And like if you've ever been to Texas, the heat is different in Texas. It's worse than Louisiana heat.
Mm-hmm.
And Louisiana heat is bad. It's like it feels like it suffocates you. When Frank was a truck driver, he had a heat stroke from, you know, well, not an actual heat stroke, but heat exhaustion. No fun. But I love the tacos in Texas. Have you ever had tacos from Texas, Jane?
Oh, yeah, I lived in Texas for a while, for a couple of years, about 6 or 7 years, I think.
Oh, they're
You
good.
know, I'm there.
They are good.
Now, the air is not all that dry in Texas. There's humidity, but it's less humidity than Louisiana.
But yeah, I'm ready for fall. I was ready for fall before summer started. Fall, come, hurry up, hurry up. Let's see. Kathleen says sheep eat grass real good too.
Yeah, but you know that HOA, you can't have goats and you can't have sheep. Although I keep teasing my neighbor up above me, if there were goats, the dogs could play with the goats.
I think baby goats are so cute.
And of course, I have a girlfriend that says I need to have fainting goats.
I love Anita with Queen Mama's Hillbilly House with Anita's baby goats, but they're getting bigger now. And she even named one after Frank, called it Little Bisky.
How cute.
Let's see. We have Michelle J here, the crocheting dog mom. Let's see. Granny D says we used to see lots more deer in my backyard until a development took lots of woods out. Aw. Tell them they need to bring the deers back. Let's see. We have Deneen in the house. Welcome in. Granny D says, I have so many started. I'd love to have some finishes soon. Yeah, send y'all finished projects pictures to me so y'all can get in on the finished projects video. Let's see. Ganny Joe's asking, have you heard of the auction with Thistle on Sunday? Yeah, I have heard of it. So yeah, go check out Thrissa's auction. And if someone can drop Thrissa's channel link, one of my mods, that would be awesome. Granny D says, I have a little biscuit in the oven. Maybe, maybe not. Christy says, unfortunately, this is the time of the month when I'm pretty broke, so I am working on a project to possibly donate to the auction. Yeah, and you ever notice that, like, when there's a yarn sale, that's when you're broke?
Yeah.
That's when you're broke. But when you want to buy yarn, there's no good sales.
No. Or it's yarn you don't care for.
Oh, and that Kathleen says a pattern of Allie the cat amigurumi. You know, I would love it if someone could design a pattern that looked a lot like Alley Cat. So any designers out there? Hint, hint. Let's see. We have Dawn in the house. Mima D crochets. She's working on a loop yarn hat project. Ooh, nice. Okay. Which link are you referring to, Diana, when it comes to the gnome tutorial? Oh, I guess it's the Winding Road Crochet. Now, if one of my moderators can find Winding Roads Crocheter link, can you drop that too, please? But I'm going to put the name of the channel in the chat. Oops, I misspelled it. Okay. And especially if you can find the gnome tutorial, that would be awesome if you could post that link. But at least just her channel. Let's see. Oh, I got a new channel member. Thank you so much, Danny Joe. Now, just so you know, the giveaways haven't started yet. It's going to be in about 6 or 7 months before I start. But if you're still a member, you'll get extra entries for that. Now, being a channel member, you get 5 patterns of your choice free from my Ravelry store. And anytime I design a new pattern, you get that pattern for free. So send me an email so I can get with you on the patterns. So I'm not sure if I have your email or not, but it's still best to send me an email so I don't forget. So you know what time that means. It's alien time. And thank you again for the I'm not the super chat, the becoming a channel member, Danny Joe. Let's see, where was I? I always lose my spot. I need to get on the ball though. So I'm going to just kind of go through the comments quickly. You know, address anything I feel that needs to be addressed and say hi to people, and then we'll get started on things. Let's see. Okay, Granny D, hope to see you back. Okay, we have Julie here, Treasures Made from Yarn. And those of y'all that have channels, if y'all want shout outs, just send me an email and let me know, and I'll shout y'all out on my community page. Or like if you have like giveaways or something else you want shared. Okay, I'll send you a picture, Colleen, of Allie. Oh, we have Laura Lee here. Okay. Oh, Anita's here. My goat loving friend. My best crazy yarny, best crazy yarny friend. Yeah. All right, let's see. Ooh, congratulations, Angel Renee. She's been a member for 4 months, and I think I'm caught up. So, Jane, now we're going to start things.
Yeah.
Do you have any whips or finished projects you want to share?
Well, the only things, I'm still working on the It Seems Like Old Times shawl. And this is by
That's
Madcap Michelle. I can't think of her last name, but it's free on Ravelry. And this is one of those that it's a very forgiving pattern. You do a certain number of repeats for 14 inches, but I went past 15 inches. And even if you do that, you can still continue the pattern and it still comes out absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't matter what yarn you use, it looks beautiful. The
it's
only other thing,
gorgeous. I love it.
my never ending, probably never going to get finished cardigan. This is the back. I'm still working on it. This is what I
Nice.
take when we go to the concerts on Sunday evenings. It's a gospel concert in the evenings at a local campground. So I usually get at least 4 or 5 rows done before I start talking to people. And I was gifted 76 of these granny squares. So right now what I'm doing is I'm weaving in the ends. And if you'll notice, I don't know if I can hold that up good enough. There are 4 in the shell instead of the normal 3 for granny squares. And it's kind of buckling a little bit, but I think if I block it, when I put it together, it'll be fine. I was planning on doing maybe red, joining it with red, and then doing blue around the outside because we do a lot of things for veterans with the Prayer Shawl Ministry. And I don't know if you guys know, but I am now retired as one of the coordinators of the Prayer Shawl Ministry. So that's the reason I'm so relaxed.
Awesome.
It's less work. It's less work. A lot of people don't think it's a lot of work. A lot of it is contacting people, cold calls, calling the school district. Can you use hats? Can you use scarves? Give us an idea. We can send some to the school district, to the different schools, those kind of things. So a lot of it was just cold calls. And I hate doing cold calls anyway. Really stressful for me. And then, getting back to people or, when someone would call and say, Jane, we need 16 Afghans. Do you have 16 we can have? No, I have 14, but I can give you all 14. Those kind of things.
I
But
think it's awesome that you did that.
yeah, and I'm still a member of the Prayer Shawl Ministry, and I help them out as they need, if they need some things. Um, that is it for right now. In the back room with the craft area, I have a bookshelf that has about 15 whips that I had started at some point. So eventually I'll pull one out and see if I want to finish it or if I want to rip it and start something new with it. That basically is it for that portion, what I'm doing. Other than that, I'm learning a new computer system. My computer died, and I have always had an Apple MacBook, and I do not have a backup Mac. And at the moment, I'm not willing to put the money out for it, just don't have it. So I went looking for Thomas's gaming computer, which is a PC. And I've used a MacBook for 20 years, so it's a huge learning curve. So, I'm learning to do videos and get them up and those kind of things using the PC and, just using it for different things, which is a very different animal than a Mac Pro, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And putting things away and trying to remember where I put them. For some reason, that's pretty difficult, I go through the kitchen cabinets every day, Is that where I put those dishes? No.
Yeah, like Frank will move something, and then he's like, "Connie, where's this at?" I'm like, you had it last wherever you put it."
Well, when Thomas was alive, he used to wash the dishes after dinner, because he didn't like that I would put them in the dish drain to let them dry overnight or dry over, an hour or so, and then put them away. That drove him nuts. He was a little OCD. So he started washing the dishes so he could dry them and put them away right away. Well, he put things away and, then I'd go looking for it. Where is it? I don't know. Well, you put it away. You washed it. You dried it. So yeah, those are always fun things to try to find what's going on.
But yeah, like initially we weren't sure if Jane was going to be able to come live with me today or not because of her computer issues.
I was terrified. I was like, I don't even know if I can put up videos. I was pretty upset.
And then I did have Anita as a backup.
Good.
So I had someone in place in case Jane wasn't able to, but that's where I didn't really schedule the live until I knew for sure who would be with me. But I was really hoping Jane was going to be able to make it. I love having Jane live with me. There's a lot of people I love having live with me. And some people I would love to have come live with me that I've never been able to get yet. But anyway, so do you have anything going on your channel that you want to share with everybody?
Well, I do the daily Bible readings. And that is something that I'm very committed to, being a Christian. I think that's one way for me to share the gospel. So I do that. And I enjoy reading it and, doing different versions. Like right now, I'm doing the English Standard Version. I'm hoping that once I finish that rotation, to do the American Standard Bible. I think that's what it's called. Just because it's interesting to see some of the differences in the way that, they've transcribed the text, those kind of things. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've been trying to get back into just doing things as normal, like with the hashtag 50 pounds gone by 2024. Some of those subjects, those things, I have a lot of those lined up. I just haven't gotten them filmed. And some of the any topics, I plan on doing some of those just because it was fun. Now, I was considering doing another wild crochet along. I did that a couple of years ago and basically was making a shawl using different stitches, and we just went as we went, to work them out. And some of those shawls were just absolutely stunning that folks had turned out. So I thought about maybe doing that again later on. And one of the topics that Connie had suggested was mosaic crochet. And I have been putting that off for so long.
Me too.
And I would like to do it. I would like to learn it. And also interlocking crochet, which is a little different than mosaic crochet from what I understand.
Oh,
Yeah. And
that could be a future topic for
yeah,
some.
and Jenny Rupert does interlocking crochet, and some of the things she has done is absolutely stunning. I don't know if she still has a channel on YouTube or not. I know she hasn't updated very often, um, but yeah, she had a lot of beautiful items that I've seen that she has done in interlocking crochet. And of course, the amigurumi. I want to try to get to learn to do it so my amigurumi doesn't look so derpy. But like I said, derpy, I guess maybe that's my trademark when it comes to amigurumi.
And that's one thing, like when it comes to mosaic, if
Mhm.
anyone does a lot with mosaic and would like to come live with me in the future, it would be like August or after because I'm filled for July and I won't start like filling my August live spots till about a week and a half before August starts. I don't like to book too far in advance. More likely to get cancellations. But yeah, get in touch with me or if y'all have ideas for future topics, let me know because I make a list of topic ideas and at some point I'll get to it. I can't promise when. Like I said, sometimes it's based on who I have live. Some topics fit better with certain people and usually like I've started doing like where I make a list, giving my guest stars like some ideas or topics we can talk about and see which one they want to go with, or if they have an idea, they can. But yeah, and if y'all haven't checked Jane out, like I said earlier, please go check her out. Her link's in the description box, and if one of my mods could drop her link again, that would be awesome.
And as you guys know, one of my favorite things to do is to do channel shout outs. I try to
Yes.
do those at least 2 or 3 times a month with a long, long list. Um, and it's not always crochet. Sometimes it's knit and crochet. And, so it's, I like finding new channels. And I think that's important for us to share each other out as often as possible. So, that's one of the things that I just love to do.
Yeah, and Jane's a good one, especially if you're a newer channel. Send her an email and ask if she could shout you out.
Yeah, that's never a problem. The only problem I have, folks, is if you don't give me a first name. That is a pet peeve of mine because I just want to be able to give a person, acknowledge a person by their first name.
And
Um, I think that's important,
and it probably would be a good idea to kind of give a description of your channel or like your plans for your channel because like Jane tends to talk about certain things about your channel when she shouts you out.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I do is when I find a channel, I go and I look at the about and I pull information from that so I can share with people, which I find funny because I realized I've never filled out my about information. So I'm thinking,
And it really is good to
do that.
fill that out
Yeah,
because I know whenever I would do my shout out videos, which has been a while since I've done a video, I need to get back with doing them again. Like I would look on about pages, because it made it easier. It really did. So if you're a new channel, it really is a good idea to fill out your about page. Um, but like lately I've been doing, shout outs mostly on my community page. And at any time someone wants a shout out, just let me know. Or like you have a giveaway or a live event or something, or even maybe a live, you want shouted out, just send me an email. Also, if you know of a channel that could use a shout out, or if you discover like a newer channel, because y'all know I like shouting out newer channels.
That's so much fun. I love being able to see a channel go from like 14, 20, to bam, up there. I just love seeing that kind of stuff. So,
Because I remember what it's like. You're hoping someone watches your videos when you get started,
yeah,
you
it's really,
know. So I try to help out as much as I can.
yep.
Um and like I said, I mean, even if you've been on the YouTube streets longer, you know, I shout y'all out too, but
Yep.
I do like to find the new channels. But the sad
Yeah.
thing is, I haven't
Mike
been
and I are
keeping
in
up.
competition to find the new channels.
I haven't been keeping up with that as good as I
Yeah.
used to. Because it used to be, I noticed more, like, say, someone was new to my channel and they had a channel. But now, sometimes I don't always notice.
Yeah, and
But,
lots of times the way I find new channels is because I start looking for a new channel, I use the filters and say new
mhm,
channel this week. And sometimes I'll find one, and once you link onto that one, sometimes they come up in the recommendations. So you just scroll all the way down, but that's a lot of search time too, you know. So I find them that way. I go in and I look to see what channels people are subscribed to. I come to lives. I'm like a haunting ghost in lives, where I'm like, oh, I don't think I know that channel.
yeah, sometimes I'll notice like someone shouting somebody out,
That
you
too.
know, or like some of the ones that do shout out videos like Jane, because sometimes I'll shout out ones from that she shouts out, and I think sometimes you get them from me too.
Yeah, I do too. And there's a part of me that says there's nothing wrong with that because it's actually helping to build. If
Mhm,
someone didn't see me, they might have watched you and saw the shout out. And that's just another way for us to
mhm.
share with each other.
And
So
you never know who's watching.
that's right. You never do.
And sometimes by someone shouting, someone new out, another content creator will see it.
Yep. And that helps.
It really does.
And
So, all right.
we do have bigger channels that come in under other names that you don't know. They're
Mhm.
huge channels.
Like
Uh,
you never know when Bag O Day's lurking.
that's right,
She's
because
a lurker.
she is a
And
lurker.
there was twice that she popped up at one of my lives and said hello in the chat, which I thought that was awesome. And then I think one time, this is before I got my 1,000 subscribers. Well, actually, I like to say yarny friends. I think saying subscribers is unpersonable, impersonable. I like the term yarny friends, but I think she must have saw Granny D's post. It may have been someone else. And next thing I know, she shouted me out on her community page.
Mhm.
And I was just like, what?
And that's always exciting to see when someone does that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes you feel recognized, because I think when I first started, I mean, I think I had like 12, 25, and then I had 150. It was slow and slow and slow. And then, of course, the thing that set it off was the whole thing with Ravelry. That, I don't know if you guys know about that, but
Jane is a drama queen.
where I was dragging on Ravelry because they had done this thing about, Republicans and getting rid of them and that. And I was like, talk about racism and, discrimination, that kind of thing. But I got to tell you, I went to bed that night and the next morning I had over 2,000 subscribers. And I was like, what the heck happened? And it was just because I had that rant. So
And just so everybody knows, we don't get into politics on my channel. I try to avoid the controversial topics.
And see, I don't. I'll step right into it.
But anyway, all right. Let me see what's going on in the chat. And then I'll play my little video for my channel members. And then we'll get started sharing patterns. Y'all ready for crochet border patterns?
Yay.
There's probably more in the description box links than what we'll get into, but y'all can check out the other links after the live too. All right, let's see. We have Nancy with our treasured home. Welcome in. And thank you for always shouting out my lives a lot. I really appreciate that. And also thank you everyone that has shouted out stuff for me. I really appreciate that. Okay, Nana Kathleen posted the link for the gnome from Winding Roads Crochet for those interested. We have Charity that joined us with Frog Crochet, and also those that have entered recently. Let us know what you're working on, what you're up to, how you doing, plans for the weekend, what's in your cup, that type of thing. Let's see. And I'm just kind of skimming the comments. Okay, I think her name was Treasures Made from Yarn. If I recall right, her name was either Julie or Julia. But I hope you have a good day. Yeah, Colleen wants to do a focus on mosaic and interlocking as well. Yeah, amigurumi can take a lot of practice, but you just kind of got to keep at it. And I did do a video. It's probably in my crochet tutorial playlist on some tips, helpful tips when it comes to doing amigurumi. Actually, Kim, I do have that on my list for topic ideas like ocean type, fish type patterns. Michelle says she was starstruck when you shouted her out. Yeah, I was like that too, because I think Jane was one of the first people to shout me out. And I was like, oh my, someone noticed me. Let's see. Okay, Michelle says she's such a new small channel. And I don't know if I ever shouted you out before, Michelle J. Send me an email to remind me to shout you out. And I'll shout you out on my community page. Oh, we have Joy here. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, I'm a little behind on the chat. We've been talking.
I saw where Miss Ursula popped in.
Yeah, Granny D says, Crystal, I presume she means Bag O'Day, loves to help our folks that are just starting their channels. And like I said, you never know when she'll take notice of you.
That's right.
Because it's like when I realized she actually knew who I was like, oh, she knows who I am. Oh, okay. Ursula's here. Welcome in, Ursula. Oh, I don't know if she's staying though. But if you are still here, I want to thank you for becoming a channel member again. Let's see. Charity is working on a solar system. Yeah, Diana was shocked that I shouted her out. Yeah, she mentioned about starting to do some videos, and I was like, all right, there you go. All right, here's my video to thank my channel members, if I can find it. So thank you, everyone that is a channel member. I do appreciate it. All right. So now guess what time it is? It's pattern time. I think I'll pull this one up first. This one has 33 free patterns. And all the patterns I'm sharing today should be free patterns. I probably won't really, get into every single one, but I'll kind of point out some of my favorites on this website. And the beginning links in my description box should be for sites that have a bunch of patterns, ideas for crochet borders.
Yeah, I tend to gravitate towards those that have a lot because you can see the different borders, the way they look.
Yeah, Barbara's like that too with crochet therapy. And the funny thing is, like, this is a topic me and Dee with Dee's Creative Hands has covered on a live either once or twice now.
Well, finishing your blankets or finishing a project sometimes is real important, and sometimes the border can make it really pop, I know for a lot of granny squares that if I have something that seems to be feminine, I tend to gravitate towards a more lacy or a shell pattern to go around it.
Mm-hmm.
If the colors are kind of manly-ish, I tend to go for something like a picot, edging, or something that's more angular. So it just makes it look much better.
It really does.
I'm like Glenda. I think that when you do something, especially a blanket, it's not finished till there's a border.
I mean, it really makes projects pop.
Mm-hmm.
And if one of my moderators could drop Dee's channel link, that would be amazing. Yeah, and y'all check out some of these channels that their links have been dropped. They all have amazing channels.
Boy, do they.
And you might find you may find a new channel that you love. All right, let's get to I'm trying to find where they start the patterns. All the scrolling. But the thing is that the aspect where I'm not as big on like the web page pattern sharing is because of the ads.
Mm-hmm.
Where I tend to gravitate towards sharing from Ravelry or when I share paid for patterns Etsy. I think this one's really pretty. The puff edge. I
I,
love the puff stitch.
it's such a neat stitch. Jennifer, I have a book, and Connie said, you know, if you have some crochet border books, bring them along to show them off. Well, they're in the garage in a box somewhere.
Yeah, and D is a good one to ask
Yes,
about like books.
yes.
Um, what was I gonna say? See, it doesn't take much for me to lose my train of thought sometimes.
Either.
Um, but yeah, like I love the puff stitch and the variations to it. Like that top that I designed for
Mm-hmm.
Mago Days contest. I did a cross puff stitch border at the bottom and the top of my top. But yeah, I think the puff stitch is a beautiful stitch. Oh, and the braided puff stitch.
Oh,
Stitch.
that's a nice one. It's a very nice stitch.
Hmm. You know, you have a lot of your basic, like single crochet around. Like here's a wavy border crochet border. Now Jen, if you can keep an eye on the chat because I'm on the patterns more so I can't see the chat.
And that tulip one is kind of cute too.
I know. I love that. Especially like if you're doing more of like a spring type
Mhm.
project. It gives it that pop with the color. And especially if you get colors that go well together with it.
Yep. Like the way that they did that one with the pink and the green. I mean, it just looks like a tulip. Now,
Yes.
I've also seen a one where they did the moss stitch, and I never thought
Uh-huh.
of the moss stitch as a border, but it looks nice.
And here's a border, a floral Afghan for a floral Afghan border. And that's another thing too. Like if you go back and view, some of my lives that have D as my guest star, you'll find other lives sharing crochet borders. Oh, here's a pretty lace, elegant lace edging. I think this is pretty.
And I think sometimes we're afraid to try new border stitches when we really shouldn't be, you know, because it just adds so much more. Like that one right there, that is a beautiful with the pink, very
Hmm.
feminine looking.
And sometimes you get ideas for color combinations. Oh, actually, I think I said the wrong. I think this one, I'm getting myself confused. I may be calling them the wrong thing.
Like that one right there with the pink, that's the trellis.
This one here?
Yeah, that
Okay.
that is a trellis. That is a typical, I mean, you many times in doilies, they use a trellis edging.
And here's a pointed one.
Mhm. And see how it changes the look of it? It takes away to where it's not so feminine looking, but it can be a general blanket then.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah, that one's
Coronet lace trim pattern.
that'd have to be for one of those fancy Afghans.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you got to find the right look for certain borders, like the right project.
Yep.
Like some borders you really don't look right with just anything.
Hmm.
This is a triple picot border.
Well, I don't think I've ever used that one. That's nice.
Yeah. Usually I just see the regular picot, which I know like Bago Day did that as a border on one
Hmm.
of her shawl patterns. See, this is one here I like. And actually this is one that I had found on Ravelry. This was 5 free lace edging patterns.
That blue one right there looks like it would be good for something that's ocean related.
Uh-huh. Let's see. This is Fun Fringe crochet blanket edging. I think that's kind of cool. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. This is the pom pom crochet border.
That looks adorable on baby blankets.
Yeah, wood. Ooh, I like the tassels.
Ooh,
And that's what it's called, tassel border. That's cool. So is everybody loving some of these borders so far?
I have a question. How many of you go to the same border every time?
What do you mean the same order?
You know, are we always a creature of habit and just use the same type of border every time? Or are we willing to experiment a little bit and do some of these different borders?
You see, I'm trying to experiment more
Yeah.
because that lady of the morning scarf,
Mm-hmm.
initially I was trying to do a spade border on it, but I that was when I was in the hospital and I boo-booed. But I also noticed it was curling more than what I liked. So I think I'm just gonna put a fringe on it when I finally finish it. But I did tear out the old border already. All right, let's see what everybody's saying. Yeah, Joe's jib jabs videos, those are funny and
Yep.
cute. Yeah, Amazon's a good place to find crochet books. Um, Another thing I like to do is go to some of the used bookstores online and see if I can find the books cheaper when I get books.
Yep. Thrift books.
Welcome back, Annie Joe. Yeah, usually I'll go to eBay and find them. I'm trying to think of the name of those stores. I can't think offhand of them.
The ones that I tend to go to are thrift books, ape,
Yep.
ape books. What's the other one? eBay. Hmm.
There's another one,
I know, and I can't remember it.
and it may be the same one because I think it's one of the popular ones. Let's see, we have Tank that joined us. Not Tank, sorry, Tyler, everything guy. Welcome in. Oh, Christy's go-to edging is the Pico border. Ursula's is shells. She loves shells. She does experiment, but her go-to is border is shells.
Yeah,
Shells are
my two go-tos are shells and picot.
shells are beautiful. But I know a lot of people, they tend to do the single crochet borders a lot. Oh, Jennifer hasn't made anything that requires a border yet. But
Oh, you
just
need to.
just because it's not in the pattern, you
Yeah.
can still add a border to it.
I do that a lot of times for shawls because a lot of shawls don't include a border. So many times I'll go look for a stitch, like a real pretty lace stitch to add to the bottom of a shawl, and they come out beautiful. I know, Ursula. I'm like, really, Jennifer? Really?
Christy saying she admits that she's a creature of habit. She does the picot edge the most. Now she does have a book of decorative edges, which she may use on Fiber Spider shawl, the primrose shawl. Ooh, that would be pretty. Pretty.
Oh,
Yeah, I know some of y'all are probably going to be heading over towards Granny D's in a couple of minutes. So if y'all do go alien invade her, tell her Connie sent you. Now those that decide to stay around, we're gonna continue the discussion till about 2 o'clock. Let's see, we have Lori that joined us. Welcome in, Lori. Okay, no chat jumped. Yeah, Lori saying not often I catch a Saturday live. I'm glad to have you. And Christy says the shell is another one of her go-tos. And she'll put the picot on top of the shell. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, Jennifer's planning to do borders on blankets that are UFOs. Sweet. We're a bad influence. And I do want to hear about it. Like especially those that don't really do borders. If you start doing borders. Oh, Ursula says since she learned how to add beads to a shawl, I tend to use that to give weight to it in the border where I can. Oh yeah, beads are gorgeous.
beads are beautiful in shawls.
I haven't done beads yet. I want to. Ooh, Jennifer says she's doing a huge shawl that she'd like to use beads at the end. Maybe that's an idea for a future make alone.
Adding beads.
Projects with beads. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes it's hard not to overlap with others. It's like you try not to, but there's always someone you're going to overlap with.
Yeah, you just have to do the best you can.
Mhm.
Either that or have 17 windows open.
But I don't see how you could really watch.
You've got to bounce back and forth. And
Yeah.
then when you miss something,
Uh-huh.
So then you have to go back and watch the replay, which is a good thing too.
See, I think this one's pretty, a heart border.
I do too.
Great for Valentine's Day. Ooh, I like this one too. A flower border. I
Yeah.
love the colors. Springy. Let's see. This is a rose flower border. Okay, now I see it. At first, I was looking at the shells,
I know. I was like, where? Okay, I see it now.
but yet it's funny because the flowers really should pop.
Mm-hmm.
There's stores.
Now that's
Actually, this
cute.
funny thing. This is one that I had on my list to share. I think I think that's cool. Probably would be better on like a baby blanket. I like this candy cane border.
The candy cane, I think, is adorable.
Also for Christmas projects.
Well, not even Christmas projects. I have a friend that uses it for different um, Afghan
Colors.
she's used when she's used two major colors, and
Hmm.
just and it always looks beautiful.
Yeah, because you can use it in different colors.
Hmm.
Ooh, ruffled edge.
Ooh,
I like ruffles. What's this? This is a bobble border. I like the bobble stitch too. Let's see what's. Oh, this is curling waves edge. This is neat. But yeah, I want to hear about y'all exploring different edgings on your projects. Yeah, this is a simple shell. Ooh, this is berry stitch crochet edge. That's neat.
it's very neat.
And I love that layered look like that. And hopefully I'm not going too fast. I try to show the pictures long enough. I think that was all. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Mm. Oh, hey, Demetria. How are you today? Yeah, I know Granny D. Her lives are popular.
Yep.
That's why, starting in July, I'm bumping up 30 minutes. Let's see.
There's one that I always like to do too with some of the borders when I've done like a half double crochet all the way around, then a double crochet, then do the cross stitch, and then another half double crochet. And for some reason, they always look kind of neat.
Yeah. I love Pam's comment. Ruffles with French onion dip.
I know.
Sorry, wrong ruffles.
Yep. Now I'm thinking about food too. Thanks. The naked snail.
Yeah, let's see. What is my next live? I think it's yarn fibers, I think. And I think it's Christy Yarnborf. That will be my guest star on my next live. All right. I pulled up this 25 crochet border one. Okay, why isn't it? No. It probably would help if I share the screen, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is Knitter's Knotter, the website. But like I said, all these links are in the description box. I'm trying to find like some that we haven't mentioned. Oh, this is a granny edging by Petals to Pico.
That's pretty.
This is a Granny Patches border by Cherry Horde. I mean, there are so many different borders.
Crap stitch is always fun if you can remember to go the right direction.
I struggle with the crab stitch. I mean, I've done it before, but I struggle with it.
I'm
Which
always
is,
worried that I'm not pulling the yarn the same way.
and for those that don't know, it's basically a
Reverse.
backwards
Mm-hmm.
single crochet stitch. Instead of going from right to left, you're working left to right. And there's a ribbed border, which basically looks a lot like ribbed work and knitting.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is reverse. Oops. See, there's a pop-up. Come on, close. Ooh, reverse shell stitch border.
Oh, that's
cool.
Nice. I think that's on my next list to do.
So let us know which borders y'all want to try. And here's the happily ever Afghan border. That's pretty for granny squares. Here's a pumpkin patch one, which would be good for fall projects. See, there's another ruffle one.
Now are we going to call it ruffle and dip?
Ruffles with some queso. I'm probably tempting those that are trying to watch their weight or lose weight. But I've been doing good with my eating. But if I know something is a trigger food, I don't bring it in the house.
Yep. I think that's key sometimes. Don't bring the trigger food home.
And don't fool yourself that you can handle it. No, you can't.
No, you can't. One of mine's cheesy Doritos with French onion dip. Nope, can't handle that. I'll eat the whole bag in one night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're going to do it, get try to find something that's single serving.
Or,
and only buy one.
Or better yet, make sure it's at a potluck so you have to share with others.
Here's a pretty one, Ara Stitch border by Lullaby Lodge. I like that one. There's Shell again. Ooh, there's a V-stitch picot border. Ooh. There's a cluster lace edging.
That one is nice.
Yeah, I love this one. The treble scallop edging.
I never thought of spike stitch.
And here's polka dot. I think this is neat. Ooh, cupcake border. But I wish the picture was better.
I wish they would show the blanket more,
Me
just
too.
close up, like further out.
But I definitely love the colors here.
Yeah, it's gorgeous colors.
Yeah, some of them they really don't do a good job with the picture showing the edging. That one's pretty. Meet me on the corner. But it looks more like a shell.
Mm-hmm.
There's another pretty pom pom. Yeah, but some of these were on the other one.
Yep. Some of them share a lot.
Mhm. All right, let's see. Yeah, Demetria is the naked snail.
I didn't realize she had changed. You know what? Sometimes I watch channels and don't realize they changed their name.
See, that's one thing. I'm not as big on advising people to change their channel names because I feel like pick a name and stick with it.
Yep.
Because like you know a channel by one thing, and when you're searching for them, that's what you're looking for.
Yep. And and if you go to that channel and they're not there anymore because they changed their name, YouTube's not always good about when you do go to that channel that they will update you and take you to the new channel because of the way that they're doing that now with the at Scraptastic Yarns in the links. So, it can get confusing.
Yeah, it can.
And I know I've seen some people that change their channel name, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I've given them a shout out. Well, I know them. Yeah, I would suggest stick with your name and keep it, you know.
Because I have thought about adding my name at the end of my channel, which I don't think people would really have problems finding me
Right,
because if they search just another stitch, it would still bring them up,
right. Now, see,
bring me up.
if I changed mine totally, like something like Crochet with Jane at Scraptastic Yarns, that would really throw people off, you know, because it changes the whole algorithm and everything. But I think people should pick a name, stick with it. But then I'm highly opinionated. We all know that. It's
Yeah,
good. Thing
I'm,
it's a good thing we all have opinions.
I'm pulling up some of the links. Yeah, we only have about 15 more minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, we got chatting more at the beginning. Well, I think I did most of the talking. I felt bad. I felt like I was excluding Jane.
Well, I just figured you were doing carrying on. I was fine with it.
Yeah, I try my best to include my guest stars in the conversation as much as possible. But like because sometimes I ask questions or something like that to kind of engage. But I got busy with the chat. And sometimes that happens on lives.
Well, and
Depends
that's
on how
okay, you know?
depends on how active, the live, is and the
Hmm.
chat is. Yeah, now sometimes yeah, that is true. Which
Right,
that isn't such an issue when they
right.
make that leap, but it's like when they start changing their name afterwards again.
Well, not. I used to follow this one channel that I I think they change their name every month. And I find I can't keep doing this. I don't feel like I'm having mental issues, because I was like, who are you?
Yeah, some do. And I find it gets confusing.
Yeah,
But that's just my opinion.
mine too. And it's like, it's like buttholes. Everybody's got one. So,
And
no,
everybody has difference of opinion, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
let's all have fun.
All right, this is Crochet Lace by Lisbeth, so I'm not even going to attempt.
That is pretty.
I know.
Wow. That would be beautiful as edging on a blanket or even
Yeah,
a
it would be.
wall. Wow.
All right, let's pull up another one. Okay, are you leaving, Nancy? If so, I hope you have a good day.
Two.
Here's one for a crochet edge tea towel. But the thing is, you could put this on other projects.
Yeah,
And I think it is really pretty.
it is very pretty. And I think too many times we don't think we can use it when we should just give it a try and see how it looks.
Exactly. And you can always frog if you don't like how it looks.
Right.
That's the one thing with crocheting. Frogging is a lot easier than it is in knitting.
It's way easier.
Okay, have a good day, Diana. Frogging's a pain in knitting.
Yeah.
I love this one, Shamrock Crochet Edging.
Yeah, that's cute.
And especially if you're making like a St. Patrick's Day type project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not used to pulling them up one by one now. This is Leaf Stitch Border by Crafting Happiness. I think that one's pretty.
That's pretty too.
And sometimes I don't find they like on the patterns that they always use the best color combinations. I guess they're trying to really make the border pop, I guess. I don't know. But see, I like this pink and gray.
Lori, she just put up there that she is working on a blanket that doesn't have enough length. So she's looking for a way to do a border that adds the length. I'll tell you what I do lots of times, and I did this because we had projects that someone by the name of Betty used to make for us, but they were never big enough. And she always thought they were big enough for Afghans, and I would have to add a lot of length. I would add length to both ends and in the same color, and then along the side, when I did that final border, would just add that color in around. And they always turned out nice looking too. That's one way to add length without width, is just do, some straight stitches or, something like that on each end or one end, and then just do a slight border around the entire thing with the same color. I hope I'm making sense.
And I'm sure at some time in the future I'll be covering crochet borders again because like I said, there's so many of them out there. I can't, there's no way I could share them all in one live. But I'll try to look for, when the time comes that I do this topic again, some longer ones if I can find some. And another option too, you can always use or what you call those things, the little things that hang, not tassels.
Fringe.
Fringe, yeah. I couldn't think of the word.
Fringe always adds length.
Yeah.
And you just do it on each end.
Mm-hmm. Or you could do it all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably better like the sides, or 3 of the sides. The top you kind of probably want to be open. And here we have 3-petal lace border by Emmy Harrington. I think that one's pretty.
It's pretty.
Because that was another thing with my scarf, that the lady of the morning scarf, I kind of wanted to add more length than what the clover border gave it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is unique. This is elephant border or applique, for those that love elephants, or a good idea for like baby blankets. And it's you can do this not just as a border, but as an applique. And isn't that cute? I thought that was an interesting one.
That is cute.
All right, let's pull up a few more. We still have a few more minutes. And hopefully I'm not repeating any. Ooh,
And that's hard to do sometimes.
I know it is.
And I've done that a lot of times, Lori, just add a double crochet on each end and then go around.
Oh, Pam's made the elephant border. She says it's adorable. I don't recommend using a thick yarn because it tends to flop over, but it turns out super cute.
Oh.
See, this is one thing that I love about lives, with the interaction. Like, because, people in the chat share things that's like helpful, and I love the interaction. I really do.
Yeah, see, because with the elephant border, I would think if you did with the blanket yarn, that it would be okay. But now it makes me wonder if it would work with that blanket yarn in the border as well.
All right, this is border Baroque or something like that. I think this is neat, but I kind of wish the picture showed better the border, because I find it blends in too much.
The colors are too much alike.
But I do think it would be beautiful. Yeah, and there's nothing in project pictures. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This one looks like it would be pretty. I do find now I think the yarn's beautiful, but I do kind of feel like it's kind of too busy
Yep.
for the edging. But I am noticing they have some pictures and projects. So I'm hoping there's, oh, here it is used on a towel. Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty. I think if you had just a plain color Afghan and used a different color, it'd be okay. You know, it wouldn't seem as busy.
Yeah. You see, I think here,
See, that looks way too busy for me.
yeah, it does. For a while there, I thought it might do better. You see, like here, oh, I like that blue and yellow.
That looks nice. But they use colors that are pretty. Go together.
And here's the layered ruffled shells border. Here we are with the ruffles again. And I love the layers. Like the was it the dragon scale stitch?
Yep.
I still haven't done that stitch yet. I want to. See, I love these colors.
Could you do that as a border?
I don't know. Because from what I saw, you don't work the stitch in a typical manner.
No, you work it sideways.
Hmm. But I love this pink and green together. Kind of reminds me of watermelon.
Yep. Might have to make a little swatch and see if you can use the crocodile stitch. That might be interesting.
And here's, it's called 3023 Edging by My Pico, which sometimes I don't know why they number stuff in the names, but that's a pretty one.
That is pretty.
And that was one thing when I searched on Ravelry, I really didn't know if I would really find anything for crochet borders. So I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. And sometimes I find if you look for just lace, you can find something that'll work as a border.
Mm-hmm. And this is edging with puff stitch flowers. I think that's gorgeous. And I love this chocolate brown with the blue.
I do too.
And watch, I like the chocolate brown with the pink.
Yeah.
Pretty, pretty. Yeah, Lori, initially, because like when me and Dee discussed borders, I didn't even think about looking for stuff on Ravelry. I went to the website and I was like, just by chance, I decided, let me see if Ravelry has any. Because like I said, I was trying to pick more different ones than what I've done before, in previous lives. And this is Pink Wave Edge by Elena. I don't know. This one's pretty.
That one is very pretty.
And there was another one I really wanted to show, which I don't know. Maybe I can find it quickly because I know it's almost 2. If it's not, I'm sorry, almost 2:30. Actually, it's right on the dot. Let's see if I can quickly find this one. Let's see. Give me just a minute, and then we'll wrap everything up. No, that's not. No. It was real pretty. It like had kind of like a drop to it. Oh, here it is. Which I did show a pom edging, but I really like the colors of this one. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I'm hungry too, Pam. Yeah, this is by Crochet with Claire. Yeah,
That's,
because I was only intending to be live an hour and a half. But like I said, sometimes I run over. But isn't this one pretty?
it is pretty.
And like I said, there are more border links in the description box, so check those out. And I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. Oh, hi, Sonia. We're just wrapping up,
Yep.
but happy to see you. I hope you decide to catch the replay. But anyway, I hope everyone has a fabulous yarny day. Be the light and bye.
Bye.